Heidi Ho neighbors, Radio Goji here.
And I'm Sorlin Greg.
Welcome back to Ocarina of Time. When we last left off, we shared our ghost stories.
Yeah. It became Coast to Coast AM there for a little bit. God, I wish we could bring back Coast to Coast. Well, technically it's still on, but it's not the same without Art Bell. Yeah, we talk about ghosts and aliens, and now we'll probably end up talking about the fucking Mandela effect or some shit. Whether we're in the Berenstein or the Berenstein universe.
The Michael Stipe or the Dave Matthews is bald.
That's one of them. Well, that's not one of the Mandela effects, but that's for us it is. Anyway,
look, Dave Matthews was bald at one point.
Patrick swears that Dave Matthews was bald. The one that gets me is the fucking Fruit of the Loom logo. I swear to God, it had a cornucopia in it. I remember it when I was a kid. The weirdest fucking thing.
Anything else we can?
No. There's one. I saw the other skull too.
Oh yeah, I know it's up there. I was just seeing if there's anything else that we can. No.
There's bugs. Delicious bugs.
We have debugs though. We don't need any more.
Arby's. We have the bugs. Not quite as appealing as the other logo.
For sandwiches.
The other slogan. Yeah. Bugs on a bun. It's what we're all gonna have to eat one day to survive.
I like how the commercials are like this guy is like the head chef or whatever at their thumb. Like, you're H. John Benjamin.
Pretty much.
I've always like. Yeah, I know they're coming up with characters to be like, and they're pretending like they're executives just so they can be funny on a commercial. It's like, the guy in the Sony commercials who was there for a while.
Who would pretend to be someone to be funny on a commercial? Who would pretend to be someone else to be funny? Sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
There was another one. There's like I forget the actor's name, but he was like in Hardee's commercials recently. As
Orson Welles.
It wasn't. Hardee's biscuits.
Always agreed to be the best, the finest quality chicken and biscuits. No, not even Orson Welles could convince me that Hardee's has the finest quality chicken and biscuits.
Hardee's will never serve biscuits before their time.
Oh.
I said I was going to look more into that and like memorize more of that whole thing so I could call upon it.
It would have to be the West Coast, or at Carl's Jr. will sell no biscuit before it's time.
The only thing I even ever remember is like, the French.
The French champagne. Oh, so
I'm not going to do anything.
Are we filming? I don't remember most of it myself, but if you guys have never seen I'm sure we've talked about it.
We've talked
times.
At least 3 times.
But
now.
yeah, if for some reason somehow you're just now tuning into this channel and you've never seen the drunk Orson Welles French champagne commercial where they're trying desperately to film this commercial and he is just wasted, it's fucking great. Orson Welles gave no fucks, and that's what we love about him.
Yes, always.
Yes, let the bugs free and hide.
So what I'm doing is I'm emptying these bottles here because I'm going to start a bit of a I don't want to say scavenger hunt thing.
Is this for the Bigoron sword?
No, this is for the 4th bottle.
Okay.
And what we're going to
Bottle
do...
Quattro, as they call it.
What we're going to do is we have the horse here.
We clipped through the horse here.
He's a beautiful creature. And at different parts throughout Hyrule Field in the future, whenever you pass by like a certain spot or whatever, a big Poe will spawn. And there are 10 of them. We have to bottle them all.
Oh, jeez.
And sell them to a dude who lives in the guardhouse there. And the only way that we can...
Why does this man want to sell bottled ghosts?
Because that's his business. And
I love that we're just enabling this, like, straight-up 1800s, like, businessman. Like, you have ghosts in your blood. He did do cocaine.
But the only way that you can properly capture the ghosts in, like, this form and keep them in the bottle is if you snipe them from the horse.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, man. I'm glad that's over.
So, yeah, this is probably like the thing that took me the longest to memorize, because I'm fairly sure that the
Oh, you're here to Lon Lon Ranch, are you?
I have to get over to it before it goes away.
Oh my god, this seems needlessly complex.
It is.
I'm now like 99.99% sure I never did this when I played Zelda.
This was like the last thing that I memorized how to do. Like, even after I learned how to do all the other things, because the thing is, the official Nintendo strategy guide.
No, the Nintendo guide
did not have the map of where all the poses spawn.
Oh, really?
I had to go onto GameFAQs for that shit.
Huh.
I know that I think there's one near this tree.
I remember I got the sword, like the big orange.
Oh yeah,
sword,
from the trading sequence. Yeah.
I went through and did all that as a kid, but
Yep, there's one.
I definitely did not catch all of these ghosts and sell them to a man, so you could drink liquid ghost bran. This is Slim Faster. You seem excitable, son. Have some liquid ghost. It's 100% organic.
Organic ghost.
It's organic and ectoplasmic. And it has 0 calories. No sodium in them ghosts. Heavily caffeinated.
Cure what ails you.
Toasted in the autumn sun.
This is pure
on Pappy O'Daniel's ghost plantation.
This is
Some folks may tell you it's a graveyard, but it's a ghost plantation.
This is 100% authentic ghost oil. You can tell because it says so right here on the bottle.
And Pappy O'Daniel's Ghost Elixir is the only ghost elixir made from 100% white ghosts. Whoa now!
Look, if this is like a 19th century dude, that is very acceptable.
I mean, that's on brand.
It's on brand.
I'm not racist.
And he's gonna have
Pappy O'Daniels.
He's gonna have like the shill out in the crowd.
And then when he says that, there's actually like a little asterisk at the bottom that says, "Note, may contain Irish ghosts."
Irish ghosts. The name of this video is Pappy O'Daniel's Ghost Elixir.
I love it.
So we're going to go see Pappy O'Daniel real quick, because we got 3 ghosts.
I mean, I wish I'd come up with a better name. I just stole that from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I'm sure someone will point that out in the comments.
It's okay.
I'm
It's a
kidding.
good
we don't
movie.
get comments, but yes, no.
We
And
get
that's
comments from Slashing with Gaming.
maybe we could get us some of that Ghost Elixir, Pappy.
I'm still using it.
Pappy O'Daniels will sell no ghost before it's time. The Irish Ghost Elixir is always agreed to be the most potent form of Ghost Elixir.
This is Pappy O'Daniel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a jolly fella.
Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a great time for business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts, called Ghost Elixir, are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyards. Great for headaches. They hate the world because they're Irish.
They cure the scurvy, the Jake leg, and the Jimmy fingers.
Jimmy. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it. Well, it's a good thing we have...
He's got a little doodle of the Triforce on the wall. It's
Yeah,
so
he
cute.
does. Oh, you brought a Poe today. This'll be good for the gonorrhea,
And the oat poisoning.
the typhoid, and the cholera.
Put a pinch of it in a vat of water to purify it.
So we have a card. Like if we give him like regular Poes, like I think he'll give us like a paltry amount of money. He gives you like 100 rupees or something like that, or something for like the big Poes. But he also puts 100 points in your card.
Oh, okay.
There are 10 big Poes out. When you get all 10 of them, you get 1,000 points, and you get your bottle. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Oh, it's 50 rupees. So, more money than I can hold. Which is fine. I guess.
What is with the red dot in the center of his face?
That's...
It reminds me of the red dot on those hands that come out of the ground in Link to the Past, actually.
I think there's like some sort of fan theory this is the guard who used to be here.
Really?
I don't know. He's because he, like, you know, he was...
I wouldn't give that guard the kind of like what's the word I'm looking for?
Business?
I wouldn't have. Yeah, I would. He's too lazy. I wouldn't have given him that like not entrepreneurial spirit or business acumen, but just like whatever that word is that means like the ability to like get up and go, essentially. Anyway, more ghost hunting.
Yep. There's one that comes up if you're either on top of or under this little ledge here. I usually like to go under it because it's easier to...
Now, good people, some people are telling you that Pappy O'Daniel's ghost elixir is made with the ghosts of children. I assure you fine people that no one taken for Pappy O'Daniel's ghost elixir was beneath the age of 18 when they shuffled off of this mortal coil. Please ignore their tiny screams as you consume the elixir.
There you are. I may accidentally be hitting, Pyomai in the head here, but...
Oh, she's fine.
She's fine.
Grandma Pyomai.
Grandma Pyomai. Grandma oh my.
We don't even know if they have... Oh, damn it. We don't even know if they have pie in Hyrule.
I'm sure they do. That's like a universally accepted, like, medieval fantasy dessert.
Don't be fooled by the claims of Jordan O'Shaughnessy's ghost ectoplasmic energy drink. That stuff's mostly sawdust.
Okay, I need to put more to the right, I think. Yeah. Not that much to the right. And if I run out of arrows, I can just go into town and buy some. So it's good that I have full money right now.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, hey, if you haven't spent some money, then you get the... you spend the money you get from your ghosts.
Yeah, then I can get more money from the ghosts, yeah.
You can go back to the demon food store, get more food for your demons.
It's the chains from my dreams.
Damn it! So close.
All right.
Oh, now he's out of arrows.
Well, we need 2 to kill him anyway. So I'm going to turn it daytime first off, so that I can actually go to the store.
You know, this game looks pretty good, but imagine how nice they could have made The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time look if they had been willing to run it at 15 frames per second like a modern EA game.
Each of the medallion dungeons is hidden behind DLC, or you can get the season pass to play the full game.
Oh my god, yeah. Pretty much the entire second half of this game would just be DLC these days. this? That's the thing that got me thinking. Is this game running at 60 frames per second? I think it is.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I honestly don't pay too much attention to that, unless it's like really janky and what's the word I'm thinking of? Inconsistent.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then I'll have problems usually.
We've had this discussion, but for me it depends largely on the type of game, whether I'm fine with 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
Particularly a game like this where it's like a third-person like adventure game, or like something like The Witcher or Uncharted or whatever, like I'm not going to care if it's 30 FPS.
As long as it's like consistently 30.
Yeah, as long as it's a locked, consistent 30 FPS.
Do you think the Switch will be able to manage that with Witcher 3?
I don't know, man.
Do you think they?
It's going to be running at a really low resolution. I've heard that it's running at something like 540p in like handheld mode.
I mean, as long as it has all the content, I don't think it's going to be too big.
Oh, it's going to have the content, which is astounding to me because holy shit. How do you fit all that on?
Well, they were able to do so with the help of Pappy O'Daniels, Ghost Elixir.
Pappy O'Geralt.
Pappy O'Geralt. Horse and Elixir.
Witcher Elixir, made from real witches. Stop flouncing around like a horse and get yourself some Ghost Elixir. Oh boy.
It's a twitchy control again. But
there's not even a lot of that word in Witcher 3, honestly. It's mostly in the second game.
I just remember you making a big deal out of calling people Horsons on the Switch.
Yeah.
And that's where I got that from.
I believe I did mention that, yes.
You know what else? You know what I found, a game I found actually uses Horson quite a bit? Final Fantasy XIV. Shadowbringers, they have people that...
I'm gonna come back to Final Fantasy XIV, and because you've got like the two word names, my character, I'm gonna put all of our memes together. He's gonna be Horson Wells.
Horson Wells. But I think that in Shadowbringers, they have
get him, get the ghost. There we go.
Folks of the characters of the new Hrothgar race.
Oh, okay.
We'll call people Horsons.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because they're Nordlings.
Yeah, they speak in Nordling accents.
There you go.
They're also apparently they're based off of like the kind of cat people that Kamari are and Kamari is in.
I've heard that. Yes,
in Final
from
Fantasy
FFX.
I mean, I've never played Final Fantasy X, so I don't know exactly how true that is, but I'll just take people's word for it. The other race you can play as is the bunny people from Final Fantasy XII.
It was a good game for its time. I played it on the PlayStation 2, and I enjoyed it. It has its issues, and you know, the video game community, and as much as it was a community of memes and the like at the time, did make fun of it for some of those things, like the fucking laughing scene. But no, it's a Final Fantasy game. It's fun to play.
Not all Final Fantasy games are fun to play, though. We've got Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy VIII
and Final Fantasy XI. Final
Fantasy XI is good now, at the very least.
It is good now.
No, I
wonder, are they ever going to come out? I know they've been talking about a mobile version of FF11.
I don't think they're going to. I mean, they still like kind of update it here and there. It just they only support it for PC now, though.
It feels like there's a lot of MMOs though that are going mobile lately. Ever since Lineage did it, and apparently makes tons of money off of like whales and shit.
Yeah, RuneScape does that now.
Yeah, RuneScape does it too. Like the idea of like a mobile MMO is nowhere near as crazy as it was a few years ago. I think mostly because of the ubiquity of things like tablets.
I remember hearing something about Naoki Yoshida, who's the director of Final Fantasy XIV, was in talks about putting it on the Switch.
That makes a lot more sense to me than trying to get FF14 running on the Switch.
That's what I was saying, Final Fantasy XIV on the Switch.
Oh, you said FF14 on the Switch. I thought you meant FF11 on the Switch. I'm like, you could port FF11 to the Switch easy.
No, I don't think Yoshida has anything to do with 11. He's the director of 14. He's called Yoshi P.
Yes.
They call him.
He's a black mage.
He's the guy that everyone blames whenever something happens that they don't like.
It's always good to have one of those people, though.
Yeah, you should get back into Final Fantasy 14.
I
at
really
some point.
should.
The new expansion is amazing.
You told me you just beat it the other day.
I beat the story the other day. Yeah, I finally got around to beating the
story
last
content,
boss.
Yeah.
And it's a very good story. The soundtrack is amazing.
Cool. It always is.
Well, I mean, even more so than like I think before, like the better of the expansions soundtrack, and like pretty much everything was Heaven's Ward. And then like Stormblood came around. Stormblood was good, I think. There were a lot of people who didn't like Stormblood, but it was not like as good as Heaven's Ward. And Heaven's Ward was definitely like the top part of the experience at that point. Shadowbringers blew Heaven's Ward out of the water with how good it was.
God, it must be so hard to aim that fucking thing.
Yeah, there were
with those shitty with those Wii U controls.
And it's not exactly straight when you fire it either. It just kind of goes up at a weird angle.
Oh.
But this is what happens when you take a game that ran off of a thumbstick that, I mean, is unorthodox by today's standards, but like it's like the best they had at the time, I guess, and then try to put like modern control sticks with it.
Yeah.
And it does not translate very well.
Yeah, the 3DS did a much better job with this aspect of the
well, yeah, the 3DS you could use motion. I used motion controls for slight adjustments and stuff, and it worked great. I'm gonna run out of arrows again, and I only got like one ghost.
Well, that's 100 rupees. That's a lot of ghost elixir you can pull from that guy or ghost. Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him with the arrow!
Shoot him, Clint!
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Alright, I got one more shot at this.
Yeah.
Then
Hey!
There we
go. Last time's the charm.
It's
What happens if you don't put it in a bottle? You have to kill the ghost again?
You have to kill the ghost again.
Hee-haw.
And
That is something we haven't heard anything about lately. What the fuck? We got like a teaser for Shin Megami Tensei 5 on the Switch like 8 months ago, and we've heard nothing about it since then.
yeah. All I know is that Persona 5 isn't going to be on the Switch.
That wigs me out. Not the Persona 5 thing. One of my friends actually was posting the other day on Discord about how he is addicted. He's never played one of those games before, but he is fucking addicted to the phone game, the Shin Megami Tensei X Liberation,
Oh, okay.
or whatever. And I'm like,
I played that for a little bit.
dude, you need to play
An actual game.
You absolutely need to play a Shin Megami Tensei game. And then I'm like, but you need to either emulate one of the old ones or buy a 3DS to pretty much play all of them. I'm like, there's one coming out on the Switch at some point. Eventually maybe. They're real good, though.
You could play a Persona 1 that's kind of like a watered-down version.
I'm trying to get back into Strange Journey now that I've beaten Mario 3D Land.
I might try to get Strange Journey at some point. I really want to beat the SMT games I have on my 3DS first.
That's fair.
I have Soul Hackers and 4 Final. Or 4 Apocalypse, or whatever it's called over here. So I'm going to like do those before I even think about getting Strange Journey. But Strange Journey is on my radar right now.
Cool. It's
And
good. I'll
you
probably be
had the
able to
original
lend
one,
it
didn't
to
you?
you by the time. Yeah, I did have the original Strange Journey. I didn't beat it. This one seems good so far. But yeah, I beat Super Mario 3D Land recently while I was camping. It's pretty good. You can see where it sowed the seeds of like Mario 3D World. My main gripe with it is that I did not play it in 3D at all, and there's a couple of puzzles that require the 3D that have a button you can hit to like change the perspective or whatever. That wasn't such a big deal, but there are a few levels where if you're not playing with the 3D, it feels like it's really difficult to use depth perception to figure out where exactly Mario is going to be jumping.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a modern Mario game. It's not terribly difficult.
I haven't played that in a while.
It was a fun romp.
I never played the special, like the extra stages after beating Bowser. I just kind of beat Bowser and then stopped.
I beat the first 3 special worlds, or the first 4 special worlds. Whenever it started to like jump by like 30 coins each time, then I was like, okay, I'm out. I unlocked Luigi. You get Luigi when you beat the first special world. You get anything else? I don't know.
I don't think
I'm sure you probably do.
I don't think you'll get any other characters. Like for like the portable games, it's usually just like Luigi, and then that's it. And then for like the actual ones on consoles, you can get like Peach and Rosalina
and the one
50 million kinds of Toad.
That pissed everybody off with that game is that I will never be able to get, even if I go back to it, I'll never be able to get the like sparkly 100% or whatever for beating all of it, because I died so many times on the last level that the magical invincibility leaf box popped up. And apparently, even if you don't use the invincibility leaf, you don't get those twinkly stars if that box ever shows up while you're playing Mario 3D Land, apparently. It's a ridiculous thing to get salty about, but it's also a ridiculous thing to put in the game in the first place.
I mean, if you're like a super big completionist with that, I can understand that being annoying. I would not want to be like, well, I guess I just better start my file over.
Yeah. Alright, so we got 3 more ghosts to sell.
Yep. And then be just 4 more after that. So as you can see, this is very time consuming.
Yes.
We're already at like 2 minutes left in the timer.
Hello, yes, I would like to sell tres spookies.
Tres spookies.
Porque no los tres?
Look, just buy all of the ones on me. I don't want to do this like all. Just.
Oh, you'll put 100 points on top of that, like you do for all of them? You jerk.
Because you don't get any points for like any other ghosts. You only get them for the pose. So like, why?
This is my belt, and this is the drawing I made that I gave to the man who made my belt.
No regrets. Well, this maxed out my money again.
Yay!
So, it means more arrows I can buy when I inevitably run out. And... yay, more of this.
The ghost hunt has broken him. He is a lonely, destroyed man, a shadow of what he once was. As the sun alights above Hyrule Field, desperation sets in.
Well, it's also late, and I can't think of anything to say.
He will waste more arrows today. The male of the species hunts in order to enrich himself. However, the ghost's simplistic patterns prove too much for this able-bodied primate. Ah, yes. Next to the big rock.
Oh, yes. I know, gonna go off in like 3 seconds. But anyway.
Literally 3 seconds.
Yeah. Just miss. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the video here, and when we come back, more Ghost Adventures. So until then, I've been Rado Goji.
And I'm Soylent Greg.
We'll be here next time. Join us, won't you?